Good morning, millennials.
Welcome back to The Toast and happy Wednesday. That's right, it's hump day.
It is the day
Don't forget
of
to
the
hump someone
hump.
you love.
This week is just crawling by, don't you find?
On Toast Tunes, we definitely need like a hump day song. Like, don't forget to hump someone you love. Like, it's kind of like a dance beat. Don't forget to hump someone you love. Don't forget to hump someone you love. So then we'll work on it, but just add it to the list.
I mean, add it to the list of Toast Tunes. Do we even want to go there? Because then we'll be sat doing this for 30 minutes and we don't have studio time booked and I'll be feeling inspired.
No.
But that, Claudia,
and ever
I think
since
I should
the
add
fucking
it,
Good
Claudia,
Guys, we haven't even talked about this.
I think I should add it to my manifest list of goals. It's really my goal list. It's not
yeah,
manifest.
because it's not manifest. It's projects we need to tackle and just stop talking about.
I'm making it goals, okay?
We need to release some music. Now, the fact that the fucking Good Guys went ahead and wrote, recorded, and released a song already for their podcast. If you guys haven't listened to like the 2025 episodes of the Good Guys podcast,
we love you for that.
We love you for that. At the end of last year, Josh had written and recorded this jingle, and it's so good.
It's really good.
Basically intro all their episodes. Two Jews, both big and tall, no subject too small for the Good Guys. A mother's dream premium podcast team. Make it your weekly routine. It's the Good Guys. And if you don't give us 5
we're gonna be paying them
what
royalties.
Are you nuts?
Could you imagine?
What are you nuts? Yeah, we're the Good Guys. No, not the great guys. We're just the good guys. Whoa. Hey guys, welcome back to Good Guys. I'm so jealous. I literally texted Josh. I'm like, when is it an appropriate amount of time for me to wait for me to ask to write one for us? I want one.
Well, the good news is for Toast Tunes, this is 2 separate conversations. We need a theme song and a jingle that plays at the beginning of every episode. It's crazy how we just raw dog these episodes, whereas other people are have elevator music. It's really welcoming you into this show.
That Joe Rogan one. The Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan all day.
Yeah, and then Theo Von has a song. It's so good. Where are people getting these songs?
Even if you don't have an original song, everyone has some lovely royalty-free music that plays between the ad breaks in the beginning of the show, just like a little buffer, and we raw dog it.
Well, people have a whole week to release their episodes. We have literally 3 hours to get this shit up.
But if we just had a clip, you could just not gonna put us on the spot, but just like we clip in GMM.
We pre-recorded Good Morning Millennials a while ago. It hasn't been live in a while.
It's 2 seconds to put it in if we had a little music. But by the way, that's a separate project, just to say, to have music for our show. Toast Tunes would be an album that would encompass a lot of the songs, the original songs that we write live here on the show. And it would also be great for you to listen to with your children.
Wait, I have such a good idea. We need to...
But it would also be a comedy album, so we could get nominated for a Grammy.
Yeah. The thing that I think is more important and that actually is feasible is getting a jingle made for the podcast. I have an idea. We should have a contest because if we could do it, we would have. We can't. So I feel we have a lot of musically inclined toasters. And the thing I like about the Good Guys ones is not only is it musically very catchy and stuff, but it has jokes from their podcast. What are you nuts? And I just need someone to do that for us. So seriously, if you want to make a video, post it on TikTok or Reels, tag Jackie or I. If someone makes a good one, I will pay you $5,000 for it. That's what I would pay for
By the way, you don't have to post. Some people don't want to post something on TikTok or Reels. You can email it to us too. And also,
Jackie, part of this campaign and how I can justify the $5,000 is the press we would get from the engagement. I'm sorry, the engagement. People do this all the time on social media. I saw, James Charles did something like it. I'm sorry, you have to put it on social media if you want to be.
The person who might be best for the job might be a private person who isn't posting. So you could also submit. You can post
a private voice memo. You can make a private voice memo. And
they can't submit via email?
No, Jackie, it has to be a social media campaign, I'm telling you. And then everyone gets to get involved and it's really fun. I've seen it go really very viral for certain people. James Charles for his company had I forget what it was. People do it all the time and it's actually really smart. So if you are musically inclined and you want to write a 30 to 60 second jingle for the toast to be
our theme song
for the beginning of the show, you can record a video of yourself playing it on the guitar or the piano. We will have it produced and everything, but we just are looking for somebody whose song we can purchase from you.
We will win $5,000. We will have it.
Of course. We'll get in the studio.
Oh, okay.
That part's easy.
Okay.
It's actually having the song written. Once we have the song, I can get us in the studio by tomorrow, Jax.
We're
do you know the influence I have in the music community?
Studio.
Yeah, but no, I mean a music studio.
And no, but that's why I'm saying if someone emailed an audio track that was ready to go.
No, but it can't be ready to go. It has to be our voices.
Does it?
Yeah, of course. No. Okay, Jackie, you're like so making this more confusing than it needs to be.
But what if someone's shy? You're not thinking about the introverts. The introverted music producers.
I'm sorry. The introverts, this one's not for you, okay?
Wow.
The introverted music producers.
Okay. You're not being inclusive.
I'm sorry. I'm not. Okay, yeah, thank you.
You're
I'm
centering
not.
yourself and only thinking of yourself type of person.
Yes, correct. So if you want to get involved, you can post on TikTok or Reels. You just have to tag
throwing Reels in.
Yeah, I want to be inclusive. Tag the toast, tag Jackie or I so we can see it. Should we have a hashtag so we can like sort of find all the places? Hashtag Toast Tunes Challenge.
No, too long. And Toast Tunes is a separate project. Toast theme song.
Okay. Hashtag Toast theme song. And by the way, I will pass away if nobody submits.
Well, that's what's going to happen, isn't it?
Because, yeah, that's what's going to happen. Like, I will die not maybe like James Charles did it. Yeah, like he has like 10 million followers. Seriously, just to save like my reputation, somebody please.
It's also like a tall task. This could take this person a bit of time.
Yes,
they also have to get camera ready. So let's give it a few days. And what had you said? Let's back to the cash prize.
Yeah, the cash prize. Well, we would have to pay someone to write a song for us anyways. I'd rather like give it to a toaster. So if you write a song that's good enough for us to choose, the winning song wins $5,000. That $5,000 also comes with a contract where like we own the song.
Right.
Like we're buying it from you. But yeah, it's a prize and it's also a fee like for your work.
Yeah.
$5,000. I think that's like a fair price.
I think that's a really good price.
Yeah.
That's fun.
And so if you're an introvert, but maybe $5,000 extroverts you, like that's perhaps the motivation you can you need.
Okay, but like say you're an introvert and you never really post on your social media and your friends and family follow you, and all of a sudden like you post a video.
Make a new account
of yourself. Oh, you can make a new account, but you post a video like singing this song.
Like Jackie, I'm sorry, it's $5,000. You have to work a little hard for it.
And what if you don't win?
Well, you can always delete the video. Don't worry.
I'm thinking of you guys out there. If you're introverted, just know I tried.
Just know this one's not for you. Hashtag Toast theme song. Tag the toast. Tag Jackie or I. It doesn't need to be fully produced. I mean, if you want to like make a fancy video to stand out, of course, you know, do you. But it's time. Like I'm so jealous of the good guys. Their song is so good.
It is really good. And, you know, it would be nice to really segue people into the show. Get them in the mood for a little toast.
And just in terms of like, you know, if you're looking for a little bit of inspo, it definitely needs to be like an upbeat, like kind of dance tune.
I would say Chef's Choice.
Yeah, okay, you're right.
You guys know us.
Extrovert's choice.
Extrovert's choice, even though I think that I feel like music producers are very introverted, you know, like Matthew Coma.
The thing is, it's like literally not my problem. Do you know what I mean?
No, I know it's not. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, we want the best song, right? Best song wins.
We do. Best song wins.
So,
you know,
raise your voice.
Get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah. And just please submit anything. Please. So the hashtag is Toast Theme Song.
Just something.
I am going, you know what I'm going to do? I am preemptively
going to follow the hashtag?
Going to follow the hashtag on Instagram.
No, and by the way, when we post on Instagram today, we have to just use the hashtag just so it's
I'll be using the hashtag on everything. I'm going to put it on all my old videos.
Oh my God, I'm fucking crying. That's funny.
No results found for Toast theme song right now, which is good. It will be ours.
Is it?
It's ours.
Unfortunately.
For better or for worse.
Oh my God, funny. Okay, I'm excited about that. Hashtag Toast theme song.
A little social media challenge. Just kick off the hump day.
Who am I, Ben? What's next? A giveaway?
Oh. Maybe.
That's it. Okay, I have to tell you the funniest thing. Does my hair look amazing? I got a blowout yesterday.
Yes.
So I just sort of treated myself to an in-home blowout with my hairstylist who I haven't seen in months. Like I do my own hair and like I just don't go anywhere. So I haven't seen him in so long. And he comes in and he's like Latin. So I'm going to do an accent and it's important because it's like a funny thing. Like I'm doing the accent for the story. Okay?
Like just don't be offended.
He's giving me such weird looks. He's like looking at my body and I'm like, excuse me? He's like, girl, you get implants? I'm like, excuse me, no, I'm pregnant. He was like, what? He had no idea.
How did he have no idea?
I don't know. I'm like, are you not following me on Instagram? I haven't seen him in so long, but like still, he was like, you have implants? And I'm like, no. But I guess it's like kind of a good thing like that. Like my body's changed so much. I haven't seen you since, probably my snatchest, and your major takeaway was that I got implants.
Right, because like if it was Wakey and he would have said so, he would have been like, girl.
Of course.
You gained weight?
Yeah, no. Because I've been with him
He would have
like
said,
when
girl, you pregnant.
Yeah, literally. I just about died. And like I was wearing like a particularly unsupportive bra. Like I was in my pajamas. So I was looking like a little crazy. I guess I could see how he thought that.
Yeah.
But I guess that's like, Ben was like, you should take that as a compliment. Like someone who hasn't seen you in months, that's what they think.
Yeah.
Pop off.
Really pop off.
Yeah.
With your implants.
You got implants? I'm like, yeah. That's what I'll start telling people.
Or just the truth, which is a beautiful, wonderful thing.
Oh, yeah, right.
Like,
I don't know why I'm acting like I have something to hide.
Right.
Well, I am, I don't want to set a bad example for other teenagers because teenage pregnancy can be really, really hard.
It can
but
be.
I'm getting through it.
Yeah, it could be a beautiful thing.
Of course, but it's not, always the best path for everyone.
Yeah.
And that's what me and my other teen moms believe.
Cool.
What's with you?
Not too much. We actually have such good stories today that
What?
I don't want to hasten us, but they're really good.
Let's fuck shit up. Let's do it.
No. I feel like we need like another moment. And also let everyone know we have great stories, and then Real Housewives of Beverly Hills recap today.
Actually, such a good episode.
Which was such a good episode. I have so many thoughts.
So do I. And it's like the thing with this season and these women is like, I can't get comfortable in my like stanhood or my hatred because, the second I start disliking someone like Sutton, she like goes and like speaks the truth. The thing is, when she speaks the truth on like someone you dislike, you're into Sutton. But then sometimes she gets like a little full of herself, emboldened, if you will, and she speaks the truth on like other things. And it's like, stop.
No, and it's like, why are you, even though it's the truth, it's like, why do we need to say that? Why is that necessary?
Objection,
You're hurting
relevance.
someone.
Yeah, right.
No, and
right.
same like with Garcelle, who has really just been on my non-faves list with Dorit on my faves because they like seriously, they're not even beefing. They just dislike each other.
They don't even see each other.
Right. But she was given some factual opinions and holding like Kyle to account, and I appreciated that. So it was a very interesting episode. We'll get into it.
Yeah, Kyle has like kind of no one in this group, so she's like sort of latched herself onto Garcelle and Sutton.
No, and it's like
and
you can feel how weird it is because like back in the day,
Garcelle,
they were the two outcasts. Like Kyle was the head of the group with all of her friends, and now the friends have gone or they've left her, and now she's like, hey guys, hey best friends, what are we doing today?
Yeah, should we go to Chuck E. Cheese? Like seeing the three of them together, not once but twice, tennis and then Chuck E. Cheese, I was like, what is this crew? And then I realized like the only person Kyle really has sort of on her side is Sutton, and Sutton is still not even afraid to like call her out, which I really appreciated.
Yeah.
We'll get into the recap after the stories, which I'm shocked to hear you say are good. I feel like with the fires and everything, they've been kind of like,
yeah, people are otherwise preoccupied, but some interesting stories today. So without further ado, let's get into the Fast 5 stories that you need to know.
And the Fast 5 stories that you need to know are brought to you by Smart Mouth, the only mouthwash that is scientifically proven to eliminate and prevent bad breath for 24 hours with just 2 rinses a day. Smart Mouth prevents bad breath 12 times longer than the leading brand. Basically, it's confidence in a bottle. Its unique dual-chamber bottle keeps their 2 powerful solutions separate until you're ready to use it, and when you pour the 2 solutions into a cup, you're activating their Smart Zinc technology. This zinc ion activation is the key to eliminating and preventing sulfur gas, which is the scientific term for bad breath, and it's the secret to all-day fresh breath. Smart Mouth was developed by a dentist, and it is dentist recommended. And let me say, like Smart Mouth being a brand that's not only committed to like oral and like dental hygiene, but specifically breath. I'm so breath conscious, like other people's breath and my own. And I find that a lot of products out there like don't get the job done. It's sort of masking the smell instead of attacking it. And I love that they're taking a scientific approach to bad breath at Smart Mouth. And I just like happen to live in constant fear of having bad breath. So having these products in my bathroom cabinet like gives me a peace of mind that very few people will know. I wish more people would. And if you're interested in never having bad breath again, I cannot recommend enough that you find Smart Mouth at Walgreens, Walmart, and Amazon, or you can visit their website, smartmouth.com/toast, and there you'll snag a special discount on your next Smart Mouth purchase. That's www.smartmouth.com/toast. Don't miss out on 24-hour fresh breath. Your mouth and honestly, your husband will thank you For me, it's his wife, but still. Today's episode is also brought to you by the Farmer's Dog. Healthy habits in the new year don't just apply to humans. Give your dog a fresh start, too. The Farmer's Dog makes feeding real healthy dog food easy and convenient, and your dog will absolutely love it. The pre-portioned meals are personalized for your dog's needs, which makes it simple to help your dog reach and maintain a healthy weight. If you've ever thought about making the switch, now is the time. I feel like in the age of... that we're currently living in, like 2025, like we've all sort of evolved past like dry processed dog foods, and we're looking for the best options for our dogs. And fresh, healthy food, there's so many benefits, but it can be a lot of work. And at the end of the day, like we're just trying to feed our dogs in a timely manner. And I think the Farmer's Dog is the best option. One, because it's delivered to your house. All the meals are pre-portioned, so you'll give a lot of information about your dog's size, age, breed, and they will send pre-portioned meals, so you really don't have to do a lot of work. They're developed by on-staff, board-certified vets. They're veterinary nutritionists. Make sure all the meals are complete and balanced, and it's made from human-grade real meat and veggies that are gently cooked with the safety and quality standards of human food. So even the best traditional dry and wet dog food options are really processed, and because pet food is not really regulated that well, they can use much lower quality ingredients than they claim to. But Farmer's Dog they're just like not like other dog foods. Nalagada. It doesn't matter if your dog is young or old, it's always the right time to begin investing in their health, and that means more happy, healthy years together. And you can get 50% off your first box of fresh, healthy food at thefarmersdog.com/toast, plus you'll get free shipping only when you go to thefarmersdog.com/toast for that 50% off, thefarmersdog.com/toast. Today's episode is also brought to you by Fora. Fora is a modern travel agency. They empower anyone to turn their passion for travel into a thriving business with expert training, innovative technology, and a supportive community. Fora is for anyone who loves travel. So whether you're a parent planning an unforgettable vacation, a professional curating luxury getaways for your friends, or someone who's always discovering hidden gems and authentic experiences, Fora advisors have the freedom to build a business of their own terms, whether that means creating a flexible schedule, working from anywhere, or scaling their businesses at their own pace. With Fora, you'll have access to comprehensive training, cutting-edge technology, and industry perks that make it simple to turn your passion for travel into real earnings. From planning trips to leveraging insider connections, Fora provides everything you need to start and grow your business. You'll also join a thriving community of travel lovers who are ready to share insights, answer questions, and cheer you on. Through meaningful collaboration and support, you'll never feel like you're building your business alone. For the first time ever, Fora is gifting Toast listeners an exclusive offer. If you join today, you will receive $50 off an annual membership. You'll skip their waitlist because you shouldn't have to wait to start making travel your business. Visit foratravel.com/toast and use our code TOAST when signing up to get that exclusive offer. And that website is Foratravel, FORATRAVEL.com/toast. Use our code TOAST, TOAST, when signing up. That website is foratravel.com/TOAST. Make sure to use that link to get $50 off your annual membership and to skip the waitlist.
Thank you, Turda Travel.
You're welcome, Jura Travel.
Our first story, big news from across the pond. Tommy Fury reveals the real reason why he split from Molly-Mae. So Tommy Fury has finally detailed the reasons why he and fiancée Molly-Mae split. In an emotional interview with Men's Health, carefully timed days before Molly-Mae's much anticipated documentary is released, which is in 2 days, let the countdown show, Tommy became dependent on alcohol following a boxing injury and admitted his mental health was in the pan. Amid rumors that their breakup was a publicity stunt, Tommy spoke candidly about his mental health battle and insisted he has never cheated on Molly-Mae, calling rumors about other women complete and utter bullocks. He said,
who is this bitch?
Well, who is this bitch anyway? But let's focus on the primary source. He said, the reason why me and Molly broke up was because I got addicted to alcohol and I couldn't be the partner that I wanted to be anymore, he confessed. Like, on the one hand, I feel like I'm right. And on the other hand, I feel like, did he hear what I said? And then...
Yeah, by the way, because you literally said, like,
I gave
what
him
if he's
an
an
out.
alcoholic and he didn't cheat? Like, you literally said this.
No, what I said was, what if he's an alcoholic and he only cheats when he's blackout? And so if he could swear to Molly and never have a drop of alcohol again, could she take him back?
Yeah, but he said that he didn't cheat, so you're half right.
Right. Anyways, he said, it kills me to say it, but it's true. I couldn't. I loved a pint of beer. I love to drink, and it is what it is. People go through different things in life, and we all have our crosses to bear. I've got mine to bear. So basically, 2023, he said, was the best year of his life. His daughter was born. He won 2 multi-million-pound boxing matches. And then in 2024, he was injured. He broke all the ligaments in his hand, and he couldn't fight anymore. So he was replacing the adrenaline and endorphins he used to get from matches and practices with alcohol. And was just drinking, going on bender weekends, Budapest, Miss Hungary's there. Just a bad scene.
Yeah. Well, the fact that Tommy and Molly were spotted together somewhat recently makes me think that like this is an approved podcast. Like Molly and him are working together on some sort of strategy with her upcoming documentary. Like this is Molly approved, right?
So what I'm seeing is that the documentary previous episodes will show some of their reconciliation and probably talk about what happened between them. So he's just like saying it first, and then we'll probably see some of the aftermath in the documentary. And now they are currently filming episodes for the spring episodes that come out of them being back together and going on dates and working through it. So I think it makes sense that like Tommy got to share his truth on his own, like in his own moment, because I doubt like he would just want, I'm sure they're communicating about these things, but like for her to be like, well, Tommy's an alcoholic, that's not really something you out someone about.
Yeah, no, they have to like say it publicly on their own terms. That's a good way of looking at it. I have two questions. One, I had not heard any rumors that like this breakup was a publicity stunt. Is that like a UK tabloid thing? I didn't even hear that.
Well, if they're getting back together, then it makes you question. Not me. Really. Sorry. It makes other people question, not I, because
it doesn't make me question at all.
I think them breaking up and like breaking the hearts of the entire world was so hard for them. The only thing I don't understand is like their breakup seemed to be extremely immediate, like together one day, done the next. That means like something happened, because if it's a slow roll, they could have been living separately before we knew, and then they announced, but we're literally seeing him packing his bags and moving out.
Pulling out of the G-Wagon.
So maybe all of the drinking led to an unforgivable incident. Maybe it wasn't cheating, but maybe it was something else. But I do think it reached a peak because the way their breakup rolled out was like, oh wow, this was like a switch that was flipped.
I have to bring up that awful podcast woman who, you know, a lot of people had assumed that he had cheated on Molly-Mae with absolutely no proof, but like, why else would these two break up? And then this girl, you know, went viral. She went on a podcast and she said that in Dubai, she was one of like 4 girls Tommy had sex with that night, and she was like so proud of it. She's like become like an influencer because of it. She's one of the most like wretched looking human beings I've ever seen in my life. She's one of the most
despicable people I've ever seen internally. I don't care what she looks like. And I also saw
of course.
another clip of her bragging about how she used to throw her dirty drawers, her dirty undies on her stepfather and then film his reaction. And he lost his job because of it. And she was really proud because she was getting a lot of followers. So this is a morally bankrupt person. I would not believe a word that this person says. And I'm not going to like Tommy, we know him as well as you could know any influencer. He seems he
has more trust. By the way, I'm not saying what about what she said. I'm saying, how do you let someone talk about you like that? Like so untruthful without, I don't know what the laws are in the UK, but like there have to be certain laws against just like saying whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, but like, are you really going to take your time to go and sue this like deranged person?
I would.
Maybe.
Like that made the whole thing, it got so big because of that clip.
Not for my POV, maybe for other people, but really not for me. I feel like it was just like, oh, these are the whispers, and there was that night in Dubai, and there was that night with like
there was that night in Dubai. Brown. There was like that weird video, right?
Yeah, and the video at the table. So it just sort of.
It was like, why wouldn't we believe it?
But like, this isn't a person that I'm not going to take her word. I'm just not.
No, I fucking hate this girl. Every time I see a clip of her, like whether it's that original clip that went viral or now she like does podcasts talking about like how disgusting she is, I have like a very physical reaction. I fucking hate her.
I don't even know her name. I don't want to know her name.
Me neither.
I just know her face and her voice and how she gloats about the absolute most abhorrent behavior.
Yeah. I feel like her name is Katie, but I'm not sure about that.
Yeah. Anyways.
And let me say, Tommy Fury looked very good on that podcast. Like really, he looked, clear eyes, full hearts, looked mentally lucid. He looked good.
Yeah. So 2 days her documentary drops. So we'll start to get more answers and we'll see like Molly's perspective on it. And I hope that they can rebuild it. And just like I said, when I was not speculating, I was giving a theory as to how they could get back together. Like, I do think that if he can cut out drinking, the behavior, the thing that makes him behave badly, then can he go back to being the Tommy that she loves?
Yeah, because these are two people who are meant for each other, right? And we've been talking a lot about that, like as it pertains to like Paige and Craig. I think what we're all realizing is like actually maybe these two weren't right for each other in the end. Like it wasn't. But with Molly and Tommy, they actually are each other's persons, and life gets in the way and people's flaws get in the way, and you have to work through it. So I'm a champion of them working through it, and it's actually very human of them to be going through this. I don't think it was a publicity stunt.
No, neither do I. And I feel like even when we're sad about Paige and Craig, like there's always that, you know, voice that's like, well, who will they date next? That will be fun. And you can see them with other people. Like it was never like that for Molly. As a fan of Molly, like I never was like, oh, Molly, get out. Like it's just, they have a child together. We all watch their love story. I feel like so much of their story was a storybook romance, and it's easy to be in a thriving relationship when things are going so well. But this really has, even in 2023, like he said, he was winning all those fights, a lot of money, and then he's down and out. And this, like if you can get through something like this, like you can get through life.
Yeah, because what they're getting through isn't an issue in their relationship. It's like a personal issue that he's having that's like creating a blockade in their relationship.
Affecting their relationship. I think
yeah, but it's not like they can't communicate or they have infidelity. It's not like a relationship issue. It's like a person struggling, and obviously then those struggles come between two people.
Yes, but if you can take out the alcohol.
Of course. So if we work on Tommy, it sounds like, resolution is possible.
Yes.
I'm happy for these two.
Me as well.
And I was like, when I did think he cheated, like I was like happy to see them back together, but I'm like, come on, like it's like you never want to see that, you want to see the cheater lose. And so even though you champion two people getting back together and they're a family, like it doesn't feel good to like get back together with somebody after infidelity. Like it's tough and it doesn't always work out.
Do you believe him when he says he never cheated on Molly?
Yeah, I mean, I do, because it's pretty much before he said that, it was just like a truth. Like we just like, so to undo a truth like that and lie about it, it's hard and like a kind of a fruitless endeavor.
I believe him too, because he could have not brought it up. And if the other person brought it up, he could have been like, listen, I've done things I regret when I was drinking and I will always regret them till the day that I die. But
to say blanket, I've never cheated. Like I kind of have to believe you.
And I don't know, like we've not caught him in a lie before. Once someone's a liar, once you've seen them lie.
Molly will not lie on her documentary. Like,
no.
If he cheated, it will be in the documentary and it will
and
negate what he just said.
And he looks like a liar.
Yeah, he will look crazy.
I will believe someone unless I have seen them lie before. You know?
And I guess like the only true evidence we have is that like just awful girl. And I'm not, in a court of law, I'm throwing the evidence out.
She is not a reliable witness.
It's inadmissible.
Yeah. Yeah. So 2 days.
Did you watch Juror number 2 yet?
No, not yet.
I'm just letting you know, like your content plate is holding up my life.
Sorry, let me write it down, because I actually have been watching a bit of TV and I'm not what to watch.
And your husband wants to watch Juror number 2. Like I spoke to him about it. Did he watch it without you?
No. But tonight should be the night, because Southern Charm's not on tonight.
You should watch it. And I'm surprised it's like not getting any award season hype. I don't know if it's because it was like just kind of released on Max.
Maybe because it was good, no?
Yeah, right.
Are you ready for our next story, which is some movie drama? Mm-hmm. Justin Baldoni is demanding that Disney hold on to documents to support his claims Ryan Reynolds used Nicepool to bully him. So when I first saw this headline, I was so confused.
It wasn't English to me.
My brain felt like mush. Nicepool?
Like, what the hell is Nicepool?
What the fuck is Nicepool? So
now that I understand it, I just want to say, never really been a Ryan Reynolds fan. Currently, huge Ryan Reynolds fan.
Oh, it's not how I just am like so glad that I don't watch these stupid movies. Anyways. Here's what Nicepool is, because Justin Baldoni is seeking to gain communications made about Ryan Reynolds' Nicepool character in an attempt to show it was used to bully him. So in his movie Deadpool and Wolverine that came out this summer, apparently a character was created called Nicepool, and he's like a cringe male feminist.
Yeah,
and
who like has a podcast and long hair.
And Baldoni and others think that this character was made to like make fun of Justin Baldoni. So his legal battle, he's responding to Blake Lively's sexual harassment and retaliation claims, and they sent a litigation hold letter on January 7th to Marvel Studios president and Disney CEO, demanding they hold on to documents that mention Baldoni for potential use in court. According to the letter viewed by People, they want any and all documents relating to the development of the Nicepool character and communications relating to the development, writing, and filming of storylines and scenes featuring Nicepool. To support
the thing is, they can ask for shit all they want. Marvel is not being subpoenaed. They do not have to hand over these documents. And I have a hard time believing they're going to give up documents that if maybe make Ryan Reynolds look bad or guilty when like Ryan Reynolds is one of their biggest stars. Like he just did a huge Deadpool franchise. Like this letter is like, I want this. Yeah, well, I want a lot of things.
No, but like, also say Ryan Reynolds was ticked off by Justin Baldoni, created a character
Not illegal.
Not illegal. And the claim is that they're looking for documents relating to or reflecting a deliberate attempt to mock, harass, ridicule, intimidate, or bully Baldoni through the character of Nicepool. Like, what?
It's called inspiration, first of all. And second of all, so Justin Baldoni, you agree. You're like a fake male, awkward, cringe feminist.
And also, so there's, Nicepool barely made the movie, by the way. There's some deleted scenes of this person. And one of them, he said how he's going to monetize the feminist movement for his podcast.
For the podcast. Yeah.
And then he also like compliment Lady Pool, who is played by Blake Lively. What is Pool? Like, this is so stupid, okay? What is this movie?
I'm not sure. Like, you're so asking. Ask your husband.
So Lady Pool and Nicepool were talking, just like Justin and Blake.
As two pools do.
As two pools do. And Nicepool said to Lady Pool, like, you look so good for just having a baby.
Ooh, okay. I just want to say, I don't think there's really any doubt that Justin Baldoni was the inspiration for this character, this scene, this dialogue. Like, it's in the documents and then it's on your screen. Like,
and also, it's worth noting that the timing of the filming of Deadpool, Wolverine, and It Ends With Us are very concurrent.
Similar.
So, like, the movies came out at the same time, which meant they were being filmed at the same time. So if Ryan Reynolds added this, it's because of things that happened in tandem on It Ends With Us set. So
like,
the timing
am I crazy?
There.
Or is Justin Baldoni, like, sort of validating.
Outing himself,
like, validating that, you know, maybe he did say that to Blake Lively. And two, like, just that that's what the vibes were, that they were contentious and, you know, you were being like a fake female. Like, I don't understand why this helps Justin Baldoni's case, because it's not illegal to use someone as inspiration.
So here's what. So there's two things. There's the case and then there's like the court of public opinion,
right,
which one could win one and lose the other, but both are important. And you could argue each one is equally more important because this is their job, is being in the public.
Yeah.
What Justin Baldoni needs to prove in court and to the public is that Blake and Ryan were setting out to launch a smear campaign against him because of what happened on the set of It Ends With Us. That is why he hired Crisis PR.
Defensively.
And started positioning himself as a good guy, as an attempt to thwart whatever was coming his way. But because that never really happened, it just looked like he was going after her.
An offensive attack. Yeah, exactly. No, that's a good point.
So that's what he needs to prove. And he's using Nicepool as a way to show, like, they're making fun of me. And this is one piece in the larger thing that was set to destroy Justin Baldoni, that he worked preemptively against.
Understood. Well, I don't really feel like anything I've seen, like, from a legal standpoint, like, I don't think he has a strong case. Because, again, like, even if there's a document, an email that says, I am creating a character named Nicepool and I am going to base him off of this guy who worked with my wife. Not illegal. So I don't think his legal case has really any merit, but I do think that him filing these things, and I do think he's chipping away at the good faith Blake had received from her complaint. And I do think he's successfully turned public opinion around a little bit after, because it was always, you know, Team Justin. And then her complaint, which had a lot of screenshots, a lot of evidence, and a lot of really damning stuff in there, did wonders for her. And honestly, it was crazy because people were just so committed to disliking her that it was really compelling stuff that it ended up flipping for him. And now he's with his complaints and his subpoenas and his suits. And I do think it's actively, you know, he's making headway for himself. I don't know where we landed in terms of public opinion. I don't think we're split. I think the public is more so leaning towards Justin.
Yes, but I also think we're headed towards like a place of apathy and confusion.
Yeah.
And everyone just sort of being like, well, we don't know.
And like at this point, we really don't care.
Yeah, it's really a bit too messy. It's hard to keep everything apart. You can't keep reading all these lawsuits. Like, we're just...
Like, it's sort of like your problem. We have to go back to paying our bills and going to work. Like, it was fun, for sure. And we wish you all the best, but hatzlacha.
Yeah, but I guess the outcome is like, okay, so what should come of this? Like, should either one of them be canceled? Are they both safe to work with again for the industry and also just like for people? Because the way I feel is like, I'm going to go back to consuming each of them the same way I did before any of this, which is that I don't really engage in his stuff because it's not for me. And when Blake drops a swirly film, I'm there.
Yeah, right. And like, it's nice to see her with the swirlies at the Rhode Island compound, which I don't know if you saw is getting an extension.
I did see. Hey, she needs one. This house is a little small.
100%. Taylor's house in Rhode Island, like people found the permits. So basically she's taking, it's actually crazy, like the amount of things you know about people who are famous. So her master bedroom, the master bedroom as it is now is becoming the bathroom and closet and lounge area. And then the extension, which is I think an additional 500 square feet, is becoming the actual bedroom, like where the bed is.
Good. She's got a big husband.
Yeah, it's true. Like she needs bigger furniture, bigger chairs. She needs bigger
California
everything.
King, like,
and the guys that she used to date, like literally weighed less than her, like skinny little British guys. So all the furniture is definitely like antique. And Travis probably cracked a chair.
for sure, he's got like big protein shakes to put on a nightstand. Like he needs bigger
It's
furniture.
so true.
Like he needs more.
No, and you know he's just like aggressive. Like when he opens a drawer, he like pulls it really hard and it comes off the hinges. Like she can't be with this like little dainty sort of like, you know, our antique tables that she finds in Paris. Like
No.
she needs restoration hardware.
She's shopping CB2 now for sure.
Not even like what's the big and tall equivalent of furniture stores? Like restoration hardware, everything there's huge. No, honestly,
true.
like Raymore and Flanagan, it needs to be like good American made
Lazy
shit.
boy.
Lazy boy.
Yeah,
and you
plus-
know Travis definitely has like a recliner in the corner.
Now she has all these nieces and nephews. She needs more bedrooms. She has all these
Bunk
friends.
beds.
Like I don't know how they were all just like sharing
Chilling.
rooms over that. Whose birthday was it? When Blake's birthday, when they had the
And
party.
then also like July 4th. Like
And
she's
now,
had
like,
so many.
all of her friends have kids. Like I'm sorry, that house. is
Kelseys.
That house is way too small.
I bet you she's like making the basement into like a kid's like bunk
room.
area. Yeah, so much fun with like a little play gym.
Oh my god! And the Kelsey girls and the Reynolds girls.
So cute. You know like what's the name of one of the Kelsey girls?
Elliot, Wyatt.
Wyatt's gonna be like, you heard the rumors from Inez. You can't believe a word she says. And they're just gonna be like in the basement starting drama.
Totally in the basement starting drama. So yeah, I saw that.
Such cousin behavior.
I guess like she could have moved too, but like moved on the island to a bigger house.
She couldn't. First of all, we're joking. The house is fucking huge.
Oh yeah, we're so joking. The house is tiny.
And I'm sure the only bigger houses like in Rhode Island are those like
museums.
Rockefeller museums, like
the
those old summer
Breakers.
cottages that are now like I went on in high school like a tour. They all have like velvet stanchions and like you can like look around, but they're like the old Rockefeller and Vanderbilt houses. That's what she needs.
Yeah, she does because that house is super small.
And actually, she loves her Rhode Island house a lot. And I think an unfortunate part of it is it's really not private because like it's next door to a public beach. And like you can just, I mean, people knew that she was doing construction because they just took a picture of the house and there was like a tarp. Like it doesn't, I think she hates that she likes it so much because it's really not very private. Meanwhile, I've like never seen her LA house, you know?
Yeah.
Even her Nashville house, I feel like is so, I've seen like an aerial view of it. Like I don't know what it looks like. Of course, the New York apartment, we know the building from the outside. And she does like that a lot because it's super private. But her Rhode Island house is like her least private house. Like we just know so much about it. I mean, we're talking about
I know, but she probably
blueprints.
is also like, oh, they think they know so much, but we don't know what goes on.
It's true. Actually, we don't know a lot about what it looks like inside. We're always
No.
seeing pictures of the outside and the beach. But like her LA house is where she did Vogue 73 Questions. So like we literally saw the whole thing when she was walking through. New York is where like all pictures of like her baking, whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's all in New York. All the Reputation, that AT&T like video diaries she did when she was writing Reputation, when she was hiding after Kanye, that was in the Nashville house. So we've seen the interiors of most, not Rhode Island.
Yeah, but now we can guess.
Yeah,
it's
maybe she'll do
furnished.
an AD spread
Yeah.
with her new big American furniture. I mean, and the whole theme of that house is American, right? Like she always does July 4th there. It's always like red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
And yeah, it makes sense that like her and Travis would be redoing it for America.
Yeah, for bigger people.
Correct. That's so American.
They got to raise the ceilings.
Literally.
Because also people, like when the house was built, people were shorter back then. Don't you
Yes,
find?
Rebecca Harkness, 100%.
Yeah. So that's the latest with Justin v. Blake. This
Yeah.
is the craziest. What a nightmare. I know we said this last time, but like, what a nightmare movie.
I do find myself caring a lot less. And this was like a subject that at one point I couldn't sleep. Like I was thinking about it over the summer nonstop. And so I've really stopped caring. No, I haven't stopped caring. I'm sorry, I haven't, because I still find this Nicepool thing hilarious and interesting. But my level of interest has definitely decreased, and I think it's going to continue trending downward.
Yeah, same. Are you ready for our next story?
What number?
Number 3.
Oh, yeah.
Kate Middleton reveals she's in remission from cancer after a surprise hospital visit. So Kate Middleton is in remission 4 months after completing her cancer treatment. The Princess of Wales announced the happy news on Instagram Tuesday while sharing photos from her surprise visit to the Royal Marsden Hospital in London, where she received treatment. She said in her post, "I want to take the opportunity to say thank you to the Royal Marsden for looking after me so well during the past year. My heartfelt thanks goes to all those who have walked quietly alongside William and me as we have navigated everything." She went on to say that she couldn't have asked for more from the medical staff who provided exceptional care and advice during her time as a patient. She had then announced that she had taken on the role of joint patron of the hospital now that she's in remission and has returned to her royal duties.
She said it like very casually. She had like a long caption about her visit to this hospital. At the very end, she dropped the word remission. Everybody was like, wait. So that was the first we heard of it. She's like not making a big deal of it. I think you probably like don't want to jinx it either, because remission like is great, but it can always come back. And I didn't know you could be in remission after 4 months. I thought it had to be like at least a year.
4 months after finishing treatment.
Yeah. Like I thought it had to be a whole year where like all your scans and tests come back positive. But what the hell do I know? I'm sure the doctors at Royal Marsden know a little bit more. I'm really happy for her. I think like taking on a role within the hospital is like so royal. You know, you have to do some philanthropic element, and this is so personal. So it's great. I'm happy for her, and I hope that like this chapter is truly like behind her and over.
Yeah, same. Some good news, and I hope for happy days ahead.
Yeah.
Are you ready for our next story? Another queenie.
Yeah.
Brianna Chickenfry is on the cover of SI Swimsuit digital issue. So SI Swimsuit and Brianna Chickenfry LaPaglia have
Oh, wait. She pronounced her name in the video.
Hold the G. Yeah, she did.
Yeah. LaPaglia? Is that what she said?
Yeah, and she didn't call herself Brianna Chickenfry. It felt like a move towards
like a genesis.
a new era.
A rebirth, yeah. And I like how she has not corrected a single person on her last name, because everybody says LaPaglia. It's LaPaglia.
Yeah. I wonder if she's trying to intentionally be less chicken fry, or it's like, I'm on the cover of a magazine, I'm going to use my last name.
Yeah, I think it's probably that, because I think she likes having having like a nickname and like a username, internet persona. It helps with branding. Like, it's all good.
Yeah, it is good. So she was just named the cover model for the publication's January 2025 digital issue, and she said the gig was all about reclaiming herself. She raved about having the freedom to do whatever she wants, which obviously sounds like a shot at Zach Bryan, who she is accused of being emotionally abusive during their year and change of them dating. She said,
I was shocked to see this.
I know. She
genuinely surprised.
It means so much more to me than like feeling sexy and being in a cool location. She said, I'm allowed to do what I want to do. I'm allowed to do it in any fashion, in any amount of clothes, in front of whoever I want, and no one has the control over you to tell you what you can or cannot do. She said she was feeling all the emotions throughout the shoot, including some nerves, but you wouldn't be able to tell based on the end result.
No, she looks sick. Let me tell you, her body, like her torso is so long. I was really shocked to see this.
Her legs are so long.
Sports Illustrated does a really good job of like incorporating content creators, influencers, notably like Xandra and Alex. And so I think to be chosen is a really big honor, because they don't do like, it's not like they're all an influencer company. They still like maintain the integrity of like models, but they include digital people, which I really like in a balanced sort of way. So for Brianna to have been picked is kind of a huge honor.
It is, but also for their digital cover, like if they do a lot of digital, like it's a very niche selection of people, because it's like digital people that are also like bikini models and also personalities and also very relevant right now. So they do a really good job.
You get the same level of photo shoot as if you were in the print magazine.
They do a really good job of like picking people. The pictures are beautiful. It's exciting for the fans of the influencer, and it's just like great for Sports Illustrated as well, because then they're really in the news year round as opposed to just like the annual issue. So I think this is like brilliant for everyone, and actually something that I probably wouldn't have thought to expect, which I love. Like, it's very unexpected. There are some things I feel like, oh, obvious, duh. But this is like, no, that's a brilliant idea, and I wouldn't have thought of it.
I completely agree. And the photos were insane. Like, she literally looked like a mermaid with her long hair, and I never saw a torso like that.
I know. And
to be young.
I feel like she obviously has some healing to do, and she needs time for herself, and she's just enjoying her life. But like, I do look forward to seeing who she will date next.
I'm so happy to be able to tell you this. Big news from the Trip with Turt trip. Brianna brought a guy with her, and she's like, they're doing like a bunch of like interviews with the Tart cosmetics like social team, and they're like, who'd you bring with you? Who's your plus one? And Brianna's like, I brought my like non-boyfriend, non-boyfriend, and he's been showing up in like a lot of people's videos. He's just a guy, like not whatever. He's super cute. It seems like they're really just like having fun and hooking up. And like, if I was Brianna and I looked like that and I was young and everybody was like, you know, wanting to go out with me, like, yeah, I'd take a guy on the trip and with Tarte trip too. Like,
right. That's not what I meant.
No, of course. Of course not. Also, I've been seeing a lot of discourse about the Trippin' with Tarte trip. I'm like, you don't understand. I am knee deep
in Necker Island.
Do you want to know what's going on? I'll tell you everything.
You know what I want to know? What's the beef between Brianna LaPaglia and Ken?
Well, they actually, as of last night, they made up.
Of course they did. What was the original beef? And
it was like, actually, I'm not even entirely sure. It was like really dumb internet drama. They did something together and like they didn't get along. I think Ken thought that like Brianna was a bitch, and then Ken like made a lot of content like calling her a bitch, and so like it was just kind of, I could see how it happens with like two powerful women, you know, like in the industry.
Right. And then what was crazy is like Ken has a podcast, and Ken is another influencer who's on the Tarte trip, and she has a podcast, and on the podcast she talks about how Tarte invited her to go on this trip, and they wanted to get on a call to let her know that Brianna was going to be on the trip. And she
released that episode while they were on the trip.
No, and she clipped that moment and put it on Instagram, like while they're on the same island.
These bitches are a different breed. Like they don't give a fuck.
And I like that for them.
Yeah, and they thrive, and they actually like are rewarded by this type of, people love it. So it's like, it keeps things interesting. And the fact that they ended, I mean, the trip is over now, and like on the last night they made up, so they probably spent the entire trip avoiding one another.
I know, but it's just so crazy because probably the original sin is nothing that crazy, and then everything that comes afterwards makes it so much bigger. And if the two girls just sit down, they probably have so much in common and can move forward with their lives. It just is annoying. I feel like everybody's like always coming for Brianna. How about we like spread it out, you know?
Yeah, no, she's definitely like taking on a lot right now from like the post Zach. Like it was really positive, and then like of course like anything, the pendulum swings back. The post Zach, the Grace, the Barstool, the Ken, like it's a lot. And I feel like if I don't know what she's dealing with like on an emotional level, but she's probably like breaking down every once a week maybe. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And people are like, well, she deserves it. She was mean to Grace. Like, nobody deserves that. And you actually don't know what happened.
Right.
Now, what's being said on the interwebs, and it was spawned by Brianna bringing a guy with her, but like a lot of, they brought a huge, like really wide range of influencers, some who are married with kids, some who are single. So, you know, Remy was there, she brought her sister. People brought all different, and some people brought their like mans, husbands, you know. Brianna obviously brought this guy she's like newly dating, but some people brought partners,
plus
like significant others.
Plus one.
You get one room and a plus one. So whoever you're comfortable sleeping in a bed with, like whether that's your sister or your husband. And I've seen like a lot of people on social media making TikToks and like using that sound, like, why would a man be there? Being like, why would anybody bring their husband or boyfriend? And it's like such hate or jealous energy. Cause like if I was invited on Tarte, like let's say they literally invited me on this trip, who else would I have brought besides Ben? Like, Ben's so fun. Like, and I'm sorry, I like my husband, and like we have fun together, and I would want to enjoy this special moment with him. Like, they're like anyone who's brought a significant other who's a man is like getting clowned on TikTok right now, which I really don't agree with at all. Maybe that's, I'm biased because like I would have been the girl who brought her husband.
Yeah, that's a random take. I feel like people are really trip. Like reaching for things that they can like come at these criticize. It's a work trip. No, but you're also going to like a private island. There's something like romantic about that. I would like to do that with my husband.
Yeah, and by the way, like some people have fun with their husbands. It's not like a big deal to like party with your husband. Yeah. Because that's what the Tarte trip is. It's like every day. It's like drinking games. They're blackout all day. They've Tarte after dark. They're up till 6 a.m. Like it's fun.
Yeah.
So I like if I wanted to have fun like that, I'm sure Margot would be mad that I didn't bring her, but like I would have brought Ben.
Yeah. That's so weird. People just, they can't think of what to be mad about.
They can't think of what to be mad about. And at the end, like they're all jealous. Like all these influencers making videos about Tarte. And like if I was invited, like of course I would have went.
And
like,
are the people who are saying, wait,
you weren't invited.
Are the people who are saying that married?
No, of course not. So then, I've seen, actually I don't know who these people are, but like I'm sure some of them have like boyfriends and stuff.
No, but it's different also to like be married. And so to clown on someone, to be in a position that you have no idea what that feels like.
No, but so many people are making TikToks, like so many influencers are making TikToks about the Tarte trip, whether it's like tone deaf or whatever. They were like, well, if I was in that position and I was invited, I would have done X, Y, and Z. But it's like, but you weren't invited. So
I've actually seen a couple of those videos and it's like, well,
I just did that. And I was like, if I was invited, I would have brought Ben.
Well, you weren't invited. No, but it's like, I don't use Tarte, but I would have loved to like be on this trip. I'm like, but you don't use Tarte. Why would you be on this trip?
I do want to talk about that though, because while we're all talking about Tarte, every other word, Tarte, it's like amazing. Like they spent $2 million and like that's $2 million worth of marketing. We're talking about Tarte. But the products like really have not been front and center. And when you go on a brand trip, you're not paid, right? So you don't have to make content, but they make it so pargy and they give you like ring lights in your rooms and all this different makeup like to make content with. Are you okay?
There's a little fly.
Because I'm like making a point and you're like not listening.
I know, I'm listening. Did
you get it?
Yeah. No, I didn't get it, but carry on.
Whatever. So, and this has been a theme with all the Tarte trips because while you don't get paid to go on an influencer trip, they make it so like content friendly that you end up making so much content with the brand, with the products, and they leave like a full face of, NARS beauty in your room that you're getting ready and you end up using all this NARS. Mm-hmm. But with the Tarte thing, first of all, I've seen so few videos of people actually like doing their makeup that it's like not even like a makeup focused thing. And like sort of what's like not being said here is like none of these girls use Tarte. Like Tarte is like lowbrow sort of makeup.
It is?
Yeah. Like nobody really uses Tarte. Like it's like you were using Charlotte Tilbury, we're using Patrick Ta, like this like sort of new rare beauty.
This is Tarte.
By the way, I like Tarte too. I'm just saying in terms of like what's hot in the beauty community, like on social media right now, like Tarte is just sort of, it's very, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. It kind of reminds me of like Color Wow a little bit.
That
it's
is so like, interesting. I see it as like akin to like Urban Decay, like Sephora brand.
Yeah, sure. Urban Decay. So like those brands right now, just in terms of like what's hot on social media, like those are not the brands everybody's using in their makeup get ready with me's. It's really like Patrick Ta, it's Rare Beauty, it's like these sort of clean girl makeup. What's her name? What's her name? With the eyeshadows, with the P. Pat McGrath, thank you. Like what else?
Pat McGrath is not clean girl makeup though.
Makeup by Mario.
Colorful.
Yeah, but it's very like glittery and like nude.
Got
Makeup
it.
by Mario. Like,
okay.
So there are certain brands that are like very in like the cool girl zeitgeist right now, and all these cool girls who have been invited, like they actually don't reach for Tarte. And so while I've seen
I thought everyone uses Tarte.
No. And by the way, they do. They're like a huge mass American brand. Like they crush it. They're like one of the biggest sellers on TikTok Shop. They're one of the biggest sellers in Sephora. But like for like the cool girl, like New York City, LA influencer who sit and do their makeup, like they're really not using a lot of Tarte products, and they're not even using them on this trip. One, because there's so little get ready with me content. They're all just like at the beach drunk, like making videos, and like there's Tarte branding everywhere, which is great. But in terms of the actual product, like I know they're launching a setting spray, and like I've seen one video about it actually. Like I don't know how successful it is for moving actual product, but for general brand awareness, it's huge.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I just assumed they all had a face full of Tarte and we're just watching them dancing, sweating, their makeup not moving. And hey, that's a good ad for Tarte.
No, and this is actually, I think, like one of the legitimate critiques of Tarte trips. Like everybody's like, it's out of touch. Like my influencers, sorry, that's just the way the world works. Get over it. But I think like if I worked at Tarte, I'd be like, how do we make it a little bit more mandatory that like everybody has a lipstick, and everybody's like, when they want to use Tarte, they just use the Shape Tape concealer. That's like their most popular product. And it's like, that one's like kind of stuck around in the culture a little bit, even though it's still like a little old school. But it's like, they have so many new products. Like nobody's ever talking about it. Like I think that's an actual issue Tarte should address. Being like, maybe let's require one get ready with me a day, like for this big trip. People would do it, but they have no social obligations. But everybody posts 1,000 things.
Or it's just like you can only wear, like, we're going through your suitcases. You can't bring other makeup. You're only wearing Tarte
No, you can
makeup.
bring it, but don't put it in your videos.
Don't bring it.
Like they need a little bit more structure around getting their products out there.
It's so funny because like we're saying they should be crazier. Like they should clamp down.
You're spending
more.
$2 million, and it's great because the girls go, they're like, everything's paid for. There's no obligations. Of course we are going to post, but even if I didn't, I don't have to. Like there's no responsibility on my end. But there should be like a tiny bit, because now the trips are so desirable. If you said to even the biggest of influencers, come Necker Island, you're going to be bringing whoever you want. You just have to post one makeup get ready with me a day and show 2 Tarte products, like 2. They would say, yeah, it's such a low lift. Like they're making the content anyway. It should just be enforced a little bit more. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Mm-hmm. Well, Brianna Chickenfry looks beautiful.
She does. I'm really happy for her.
Ms. Chick. Are you ready for our 5th and final story?
Oh, God, no.
Way to give me like no heads up. News.
Is it very exciting news that's brought to you by Quince?
Yes.
With the fun new year comes new opportunity to reimagine ourselves and, more importantly, our wardrobes. This year, we are resolving to refresh our looks with quality pieces and, of course, staying on budget with Quince. Everybody needs Quince in their life because I know there's a lot of places to shop, but there's really only one Quince, and there's only one place that's getting you like luxury, high quality items, whether that's cashmere sweaters, linen pants, at like the same quality as like a high designer brand. But Quince prices their items like 50 to 80% less than similar brands, and they do that because they can. They're basically passing savings on to you. So Quince partners directly with top factories. They cut out the cost of the middleman, and then they pass the savings on to you, the customer. They're only working with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices, and all their factories use premium fabrics and finishes for that luxury feel in every piece. So they have Mongolian cashmere sweaters that start at just $50. I have cashmere sweaters from Quince. I have cardigans from Quince. I'm sized out of them right now. I don't want to talk about it. Trousers, everything I have from Quince is so high quality. It's so fabulous. You can upgrade your closet this year without the upgraded price tag. Go to quince.com/toast for 365-day returns plus free shipping on your order. That's QUINCE.com/toast to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/TOAST. Thank you, Quince. Kind of a cornerstone of swirly winter, if you will, swinter. Today's episode is also brought to you by Ro. Do you want the fastest working GLP-1 for half the price? Well, Ro has got you. Ro offers FDA-approved weight loss for half the list price of auto-injector pens without applying insurance or savings cards, and with the results that you can see faster. So if you're prescribed, you'll lose 15% of your weight on average in a year, and the formula from Eli Lilly hits not one but two hormones to curb hunger with less nausea. I am like a walking billboard for GLP-1 medications. I did them for a year. Best thing I ever did. I wish I did it 100 years ago. And a lot of people ask me questions because it can be kind of intimidating and also very confusing as to where to start, how to get a prescription, how much does it cost. And Ro is such a fabulous company. They're doing it all in one place, getting you approved for a medication and finding the best one for you. You can sign up online from the comfort of your own home. So I think a lot of people also are hesitant to start this journey because like talking to your doctor about it like can be embarrassing, and sometimes the doctors like don't get it. But you can do it from your house on Ro, and that means no waiting for an in-person doctor's appointment, no commute. It's faster weight loss, it's higher confidence, and it's a cheaper price. So join the over 385,000 people who have already chosen Ro to access GLP-1 medications. Go to ro.co/toast to see if you qualify today. That's ro.co/TOAST. Also go to ro.co/safety for boxed warning and full safety information about GLP-1 medications.
Thank you, Turdy Medications.
Can't recommend enough. I know a lot of toasters who have done Ro because of the ads and like seriously change your life.
Yeah. Our fifth and final story is a little holiday news because, you know, we gotta hold on to that holiday spirit.
Right. What is it? Like 345 days till Christmas.
Literally. So Priyanka Chopra is teaming up with Nick Jonas, Joe Jonas, and Kevin Jonas for a holiday movie. So the Joe Bros.
Oh, what is it? Like Camp Rock 4?
Literally. The Joe Bros were spotted filming.
By the way, Priyanka's so bitchy.
She's so mitchy. Oh my gosh. She was spotted filming a holiday movie in Toronto this month. Nick, Joe, and Kevin. And she was spotted as well there. And also Frankie. And also another actress. Like, this is a big budget
Bonus.
Jonas Brothers holiday movie. They're wasting no time.
I feel like Priyanka hasn't acted in a minute.
Yeah. I feel like she doesn't do a lot of acting.
What has Priyanka been in?
Quantico.
Well, that's what, like, she was really popular Bollywood actress, and then her American debut was Quantico and made her like the biggest star. And since then, like, dead ass, what has she been in?
So there was one other thing that was mentioned here.
Like where Celine Dion wrote original song for, what was that movie called? Like Marry Me?
Oh, yeah.
J-Lo? Was Priyanka in that?
She might have been. Citadel was another one that she is in. I don't know what that is.
Love Again. Yeah, that's the one. Love Again. That's the one. Okay. But like, we need to look at her IMDb because I feel like Priyanka Chopra, actress, period, right? But Priyanka Chopra,
Baywatch.
Actress, question mark.
Baywatch. She was in Love Again.
I feel like she's like a celebrity. She's famous for being like now. I mean, she has 92 million followers. That's her global reach because she really is such a big global star.
Yeah, because she's been in a lot of movies.
Citadel. Yeah, Love Again. That's the one that Celine Dion wrote an original song for.
Oh, right. And what's the premise of that? It was something really crazy, right?
Yeah, it was like a rom-com. Yeah, there's Celine. So coping with the loss of her fiance, Mira Ray sends a series of romantic texts to his old cell phone number, not realizing it was reassigned to a journalist named Rob Burns. Rob becomes captivated by the honesty of her words in the beautifully constructed text, so he's assigned to write a profile on superstar Celine Dion. He enlists her help to figure out how to meet Mira in person and win her heart. So it's Celine Dion and this heartthrob like working to meet this catfish girl via text. Like it's a crazy movie.
That's so crazy. Also, I do think Nick Jonas has a cameo.
Like those two work together. They support one another. Like Priyanka's like, oh, we're doing another music video? Okay. And when Nick needs to show up in a film, he shows up in a film. And I guess this time he's bringing his brothers. Like I actually really appreciate that. Celebrities, Joe and Sophie used to do it all the time too. Because I actually just watched weirdly the What a Man Gotta Do music video for the first time in so long. All the J sisters were in it and each couple was reenacting like iconic couples through movie history. So like Joe and Sophie were,
Grease.
Cha-Cha Di Gregorio and John Travolta in Grease, and they do like the prom dance. They did Risky Business. I forget. Like it was actually really cute. I miss that time. Although like now we know how toxic it was. Like I really miss it. But Priyanka and Nick like really show up for one another in a compelling way, and I think it's really sweet.
They do. And so I think this is nice, and I think it's great for the Jonas fans, the fans of holiday movies. I endorse this idea.
I happen to think that What a Man Gotta Do, sorry to like keep harping on that music video, I think it's one of their best songs ever. And I think it's one of the best songs of like the last 10 years. What a man gotta do.
That's strong words.
What a man gotta do. Because it's like, they don't make music that sounds like that anymore.
Totally locked up by you. It's
right?
like Bruno Mars vibe.
Yes, very, like what is that? It's like the jive. Like what is that? You could do the mashed potato to it. What's that genre called? Like that song could have been on the Hairspray soundtrack. That's why I like it. I guess it's just like 60s.
Genre as much as the time. Like it's rock. 60s. It's like Elvis.
No. It's like 60s.
Elvis is like 60s.
No, what is the genre of music of the Hairspray soundtrack that they're all doing the mashed potato to?
I don't know what it was called then. But that was also like pop music for them.
But at the time,
it was more about the time.
Yeah. People need to make more music like that. People need to make more music like that. And then they also perform like that. Like when Bruno Mars performs and they're all wearing like matching colorful suits and they've got like a live band and they're all doing, the jive. And that's my vibe.
Yeah. No, it's music for everyone. That's what Bruno Mars has said. That's what his goal was in life. I think he like saw some performers growing up and it was like music that everyone can like. And he was like, I want to make music like that. And like, congrats, Bruno, you did it.
Things you did that. Because a lot of like older people love Bruno Mars.
There's nobody who could say in earnest that Bruno Mars makes bad music.
Okay, Jackie, add to your list of goals. Like, let's go to a Bruno Mars concert. Let's fly to one. Like, that's a good goal. Put it on your list. I mean, maybe not this year. It's like going to be hard for me, but still, like in the next 2 years.
Kind of like a different goal. It's like wishes, but yeah.
Yeah, it's giving Make-A-Wish, but
dreams and wishes, aspirations. Oh my gosh! And also, Rascal Flatts are going on tour soon. That kicks off.
Did we miss Uncasville?
No, I believe that like there's two in Florida, not terribly far, and I think they're like in April.
They made it hard for us, for sure.
They made it hard for us, but I'll fucking be there.
Yeah.
Somehow, some way.
Let's talk about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. A new episode aired last night, and what has been like a decent season, not bad, not good, a little sleepy. I thought last night was actually a very good episode without like a big, I think Bravo feels like they need a big blow up and somebody pulling someone's hair for things to be explosive. And I feel like last night was a good example of something like a really good episode. Nothing crazy happened, but like it was really crazy how Kyle finally read that text message and it was exactly, and she's talking to us being like, look, it's innocent. And what you're reading is like, no, that's exactly what you said it wasn't.
Yeah. No, it was much more
you can
subtle.
tell me things and I'll never tell anybody. I never have.
And like looks like next week is a blow up and I'm sure she blows up at that spot and then it's a to be continued. So we'll get the rest of the fight in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
But yeah, there were a couple things happening. One, I also thought it was interesting. Everyone wants bows on their side. It's so crazy. I feel like people have not courted a new girl. Usually the new person has to prove themselves and try and get in and say, hey, what about me? When there's a lot of drama going on, they kind of get left behind because you're not a part of this. But I guess because she has been such a friend to Dorit, and people do just sometimes just really click and hit it off and connect quicker than other people. That is something that happens, like, and that's very normal.
Yeah, like everybody showing up to Bose's house after she got surgery when they've known these girls for 3 weeks. Like it really is, courting is the perfect word. Like it's really crazy. I don't remember a time in which a new girl, A, has not had to work hard at all, and B, like everyone's sort of like dying to get her on their side. And I think that like when Kyle came over, like it was like the most awkward, like disingenuous, like this woman just had surgery and you're going on about like Mo and Dorit rumor last year. Like
no, not even that. She comes over and she says, I feel like Bose doesn't have a good understanding of me based on like things that Dorit has said to Bose, but also like in front of the rest of the group. She was like, I feel like she just doesn't understand who I am as a person. So you're going to choose the day that she had surgery to go to her house and show her who you are. Like she don't give a fuck. By the way,
the editors like really are not feeling Kyle this season, because at that scene when she's visiting Bose at the edge of her bed, and she's like, well, like me and Dorit, like we didn't really, Dorit never like opened up to me about what was going on in her life. Meanwhile, they cut to a scene last year with her being like, honestly, I feel like my marriage might not make it. And then a year later, her marriage doesn't make it.
That's what I keep saying. Everyone is like, Dorit acted like everything was so perfect. She never shared. She literally was ringing the bell all last season. Even that scene where like PK does the pretty woman thing for her was like, not awkward, a happy romantic scene. Like that was not a good moment. And she has shared the entire time, even this season, like every therapy
nobody
session.
Listens to her.
Nobody.
That's
right.
why.
Could you say she talks too much? Maybe listen to what she's saying so that you can call back to it and remember things that she said.
And I love that when Garcelle came over to like also blow smoke up Bose's ass, she was going on about why she doesn't like Dorit, and she was like, well, she just doesn't listen. And it's like, that's why you don't like someone. Like, it's not like, oh, well, she killed my friend. And Bose was like, okay. And like, nobody listens.
Yeah, so she talks a lot. That's not a thing. Like, it's not a crime.
No, it's not. And I'm like loving, it's rare to see somebody who's so untethered to anyone. And Bose really just comes in and goes with her gut. And I think a lot of times like a new girl, even if she's not being courted, but like if she is, like goes with where they think the audience wants them to go. It's always easier to go with the bigger group. And it's just like Dorit and Erica over here. Like,
and Erica's like, on both sides. Erica's really on the fence.
To see somebody like so in control and like seriously making their own decisions just based on judgment, based on gut, based on what they think is so refreshing and so rare.
No, and also when Kyle was like, she didn't share this stuff with me, and Bose snuffed it out in 1 second. She was like, it was the first thing she told me when she met me, and
my husband's an alcoholic.
They literally shake hands. She's like, I'm going through a separation. My husband's an alcoholic. It's been really hard. And so,
but this is your friend of 10 years and she's never told you anything?
Does not believe Kyle that Dorit didn't tell her those things. And she was right for that.
No, it's like so crazy to see somebody with like such a gut instinct following that. Their gut is right, but also just not being influenced at all by like TV or like, Kyle's like the OG. Like who wouldn't want to be on Team Kyle? Like she's survived, X many seasons. Oh, speaking of.
No, and also think of all of the new people who have come on the show who have either stayed or left that like Kyle really doesn't go out of her way to get to know, because she's like a mainstay here. She doesn't need the ancillary characters, like, and it's just so crazy to see her really going out of her way to butter up Bose when she's and it's not working, and she's never even done that before. Like,
no, but she's really desperate. That's why she's like hanging on to Garcelle and Sutton, and the scene when they were playing tennis where they finally like sort of addressed the issues in Kyle's marriage, because I guess like on its surface, Kyle really hasn't told us what went wrong in her marriage. She alluded to something like a breach of trust in the reunion. She didn't get like she just kind of like says these things and thinks that it's sufficient.
By the way,
it's actually not.
Alluded to it at the reunion, which I watched. That was the only time I guess that she's mentioned it, and I completely forgot about that until they played the clip, because this season, as she tells the story of her marriage, she never ever ever mentions it. So at the reunion, her feet were held to the fire and she had to say trust was broken. That's all she said. But no, it's never come up, to the point that I genuinely forgot that, and I've been here for all of it.
So the fact that like her safe place in this group is Sutton and Garcelle, and the three of them sat down and Sutton brought up the fact that, what do you mean there was infidelity? You told us. Remember that thing you said once 2 years ago? And then Garcelle in her interviews is like, I mean, we've all like heard the rumors for years about Mo and Kyle.
So at least Sutton was able to lean on that thing that she said at the reunion to like back her up. It's like, oh, you said it. But I think there is so much more that is both known to the group,
whispered in
and
the
then
community.
Also whispers. But I think that they know stuff like through probably true sources, but also through Kyle. Maybe off camera, Kyle has told them stuff. Yeah. But the fact that they brought it up, it was such a weird moment.
Okay, I also, while I thought like it was funny, haha, Chuck E. Cheese, I also thought like Sutton trying to do something nice for Erica when like she was so awful. I'm like, okay. Like it was just like, and I know Erica, she's like accepting the graciousness, but also like never forgetting like who was there for her and who wasn't and who was awful to her. And Sutton really was. I thought that whole thing was so disingenuous and so weird.
Yeah.
Especially because it was spearheaded by Sutton.
And like there's ways to do like a cute girls night out. I just don't like Chuck E. Cheese just like didn't do it for me. I can't get over
it was sponsored.
No, but they did make Chuck E. Cheese like look pretty good considering Chuck E. Cheese has kind of been through it. Do you remember that controversy with the pizzas?
No, what?
Oh my God, like if you got a pizza at Chuck E. Cheese, and I can't get this out of my head, the pieces like don't line up perfectly in the pizza because pretty much they're like, when someone doesn't finish their pizza, they like take the
No
old slices.
fucking way.
Claudia, Google it. You'll see these like mismatched pizzas. So when they got their pizza, I'm like, are they eating someone's
Chuck E. Cheese pizza controversy.
You'll see they're like all different shapes.
Oh my God, Jackie, do you know who?
Shane Dawson. I know.
Yes.
I know
In
that Shane Dawson
2019
brought this to light.
YouTuber Shane Dawson posted a video that claimed that Chuck E. Cheese's recycled pizza slices. The video went viral and led to a statement from Chuck E. Cheese denying the claims. So Shane Dawson's video presented photos of mismatched slices on half and half pies, suggesting they were randomly placed and not a part of the same original pizza. He also claimed that a high school friend who worked at the restaurant confirmed these suspicions. Chuck E. Cheese denied the claim, saying that their pizzas are made to order and that the dough is prepared fresh in the restaurant. And Chuck E. Cheese explained that the misshapen slices were simply a byproduct of their freshness.
I just want you to know, like, I know that Shane Dawson isn't like a trusted journalistic source. I can't help it that ever since that came out, I can't not think about it when I think about Chuck E. Cheese. And like, that is so gross.
That's so gross. Although the pepperoni pie that they showed last night was definitely cooked uniformly.
I was like looking to see if the pepperonis lined up with one another.
Right,
and I'm
the
sure like
pepperonis.
they knew that their pepperoni would be on TV. This would be a great moment to combat.
So they made an original.
So they definitely put their whole Chuck-O-C into that.
Yep, 1,000%.
But the stench remains for me.
1,000%. I never even heard of that. That's so crazy. So like if two different people ordered a pie and they didn't finish it and there was like 3 slices left.
Yeah. They take their
Oh
extra
my
slices
God.
and they just put them on a new pie. And it's like, they probably do that.
So also to say, like I saw people on Twitter being like, oh, it's so funny, like girlhood, housewives at the.
That is not girlhood.
And it was weird, like, and honestly, like for as much as Garcelle has been pissing me off, like she has so many redeeming moments. So Kyle, are you a lesbian? Like, thank you. Actually, it took someone 3 years to ask that question. Like, so I can't quit Garcelle because she really does. It's both her and Sutton. Like they have redeeming moments when they like say the obvious truths.
Yes.
But they get empowered by that, and then I think they like attack people like a little superfluously.
Yeah.
And honestly, at the end of the Viper Room scene, when Garcelle was like, "But Dorit, like, how are you doing?" And I love that Dorit was like, "Are you fucking kidding? Like,
No.
why are you asking me that?"
I love that she said that, and she explained it perfectly in her interview when she's like, she sees the state that I'm in right now. If she even, one, she doesn't genuinely care how I'm doing because she doesn't like me, but even if she did, like, to ask me that right now when I'm at level 100, why?
Yeah, and I'm sorry, Dorit is like apps, and I've never seen somebody like who's like every season somebody's going through something, right? And like the women either attack or lift them up. I've never seen somebody who's like actively going through something so deeply and also slaying. Like everything, every fight, every argument, she's like not getting beaten down. She will not go down with the ship.
Yeah. Yeah, she's...
I won't put my hands up.
And just like
and
back to Chuck E.
surrender.
Cheese, like I feel like they could have gone to like a bowling alley or an arcade,
Yeah.
but like something about Chuck E. Cheese, it's like it's so for kids. Like there are
Jackie, that's why
adult-
it felt sponsored.
there are adult entertainment,
Facilities.
Dave and Buster's.
Yeah,
But, like,
so fun.
The kid, it was for kids. The crowns didn't fit them. Like, what are you doing there?
No, I'm in agreement. And like, haha, Kyle got up on the skeet ball and threw the ball in the glass. Haha. You know? Haha.
Yeah. So
Oh, also, I love that they like immediately addressed in real time because usually I feel like it would happen after on social media and then brought up the reunion, the vein.
yeah,
And I like that Kyle was like, knew exactly what was being said. And she was like, yeah, the last time my vein popped like that was, you're such a fucking liar, Camille. And the flashback to that like actually brought me so much joy. The vein was really popping.
yeah, that. Yeah,
It's not a good season for Kyle. One, I think in herself, like she doesn't really, I think she feels like lost because she's going through a lot. But two, like she's acting poorly within the group. She is being a bad friend. And three, like the editors are not letting her get away with one singular lie.
No, they're really not. So then it ends with like this text.
By the way, I can't wait for the fucking reunion when they go back and watch. Dorit never said in Oceanside, wherever they were, but that her and Teddy, I forget what it was she was accused of saying, but she actually, even Erica was like, Dorit, you did say that. She did it.
She didn't. No. But so then they go to the text message, which now Kyle is saying like that Dorit is bringing up these texts with PK just to make Kyle look bad when she doesn't actually care. And I've really tried to like place myself in the situation.
By the way,
of, like,
Dorit did not bring it up.
what she brought up at the Viper
Garcelle
Room.
did. No, but I'm saying, in terms of the group,
Yeah.
Garcelle made it a thing. She says that her and PK Texas.
Oh, yeah. But then when it got to Dorit, she thought it was just the memes. And it's like, even if you're just sending memes. And so you really have to put yourself in the shoes of like, this is a couple that you're friends with as a couple. Like the girl, we're close and the boys are close and the girls are close and we're all kind of friends. But it's not like, I wouldn't say it's like Dana and her husband being friends. You know what I mean? So like really
Yeah.
like a couple, and really no matter how many ways I think about it, like if the woman of the other couple were texting the husband being like, I'm here for you. I will never
And
tell
by the way, and
anyone.
both couples are getting divorced.
But right. It is so at best unnecessary, at worst inappropriate.
Yeah.
And then that she would have that picture up on her phone of Dorit giving them the hug. I think that was one of the lowest moments of Dorit's life. That was right after the robbery, right?
100%.
And she's like hugging her friend.
Someone, like literally just someone she knows.
Literally, she's like no makeup, like just so distraught, vulnerable. Like I think if you know her as a friend, like you know that nothing about that moment was a pass at your husband.
No, it really, and by the way, it couldn't have been because Dorit's husband was right there in the hug.
Right. And then
And I could see Dorit like getting confused and like thinking that Mo's back was PK's back, you know?
And I do think I said this last week, but like I do need to fast forward to the happy future between Mo and Dorit.
I agree.
And maybe PK and Kyle should be together. Maybe that's where this is like, maybe it's just a wife swap.
I'm down.
Even though I don't see them.
Mauricio could really provide financially like the sort of life that Dorit needs.
Crazier things have happened.
Something to think about.
And I feel like at this point, they maybe, even if they had feelings for one another that they never would have acted on. Never.
Yeah.
I feel like at this point, the world and even their spouses are pushing them towards each other.
Yes. Although because Dorit is not a bad friend, she doesn't talk to Mauricio.
Right.
So they're actually like not getting closer because they don't text, they don't talk, they don't communicate because it's inappropriate. Yeah. I could see sooner Kyle and PK getting together because they text all the time. And you know, I would never tell. Like I never have.
What have
that
you
text
never
was
told?
so embarrassing. Like
no, she thought it was
by
just
the way,
like
you would have had to waterboard that information out of me. But and here she is showing.
That's what's so crazy. She thought that this was just a standard like text of support that you send to someone. And if you were sending a text to someone to be there for them, even though you're on your wife's side, it would be like thinking of you, like want the best for your family, like, you know, always here for you. Even always here for you is a platitude. Fine. You can tell me anything. I would never tell anyone, just like I never have. What have you never have?
And not to be like an even bigger conspiracy theorist, but did you find it interesting when she read that text for the first time to Bose? It was a screenshot.
Yes.
Of this conversation. Like if you had nothing to hide, why wouldn't you just go to the conversation and scroll? Is it because there's so much beneath that?
And
like,
it was like her text was the last one. So like what was his response?
It was cropped to a square.
What
like
was
not
his
the
response?
Full,
and what was above it?
Yeah, something to think about.
Yeah, so she thought she ate with that. And also being like, I would never show my phone. Like, and I understand that. Like, I'm an adult. Like, I don't have to, like, prove myself. And she's like, but I'll show you this one time.
Right, like, I'm going to make an exception just to prove how right I am. Meanwhile, you're literally wrong.
And to prove how wrong it is that you ask me to do this, I'm going to do it.
Right. I'm going to indulge your behavior.
Do you think producers would ever let her get away with not showing?
Yes.
But then she would have to show at the reunion. Like, I feel like as part of this show, she had to show.
And I think maybe if Dorit and PK like ever were to reconcile or anything, the first thing Dorit would do while PK's sleeping is go through his phone.
Yeah. And also, even though it's not just memes, what memes would the two of them be sending back and forth to each other that they have such, like I send memes to
people. How many inside jokes do you have?
And like things where it's like we really like have common ground on something, like same like funny, harsh opinion of something, like what the two of you have in common that you can only share with each other that Mo and Dorit wouldn't appreciate because they're so not aligned.
Well, that's the funny thing is like this season, she's really maintaining that like her and Dorit's friendship was like really never that deep. And they actually like, you know, never spent time together. But you have so many inside jokes and things to text her husband about. Wouldn't that imply, if you have any sort of relationship with someone's husband, that would imply that like that girl is your friend.
Yeah.
So it just negates her whole argument from the beginning of the season and the Amazon Live thing.
And it all goes back to that. But that was just like such an obvious like lie.
Rude, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills recap that you needed is that, and that is our show.
That is our show.
Don't forget to put your musical producer hat on.
I just want to say I saw a breaking news notification having to do with TikTok. Oh, TikTok reveals when the app will shut down in the US. Yeah, I think it's Sunday. The app is shutting down on Sunday.
Oh my God, but what about our challenge? You guys get to work. # Toast theme song.
Put the challenge on Reels if you really want us to see it.
I would recommend putting it on either platform, but if you put it on one and tag us and use the hashtag toast theme song, that will suffice. Don't worry. But you only have until Sunday if you have a TikTok account.
And like if you're putting it on TikTok, like definitely also put it on Reels because you just never know. And if you want me to see it.
And why not stop? Why stop there? Like head over to YouTube Shorts. You guys, that's our show. Thank you so much for listening to the Toast on Monday Morning Show, where we deliver the fast 5 stories you need to know every Monday through Friday on YouTube. So if you're watching us on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. We're also available as a podcast anywhere podcasts can be found. So that's Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Public Radio, iHeartRadio, CastBox, all the places where you listen to podcasts. Find us. The Toast. Leave a 5-star review about how beautiful, stunning, and wickedly talented we are.
Love ya. Bye.